Guys, and today we'll be talking about the Chicago Bulls and their priorities for this upcoming offseason. So before we start today's video, I want to hear your thoughts down below. What should the Bulls prioritize? What should they do? And how should they do it? Comment down below, like and subscribe for about 150 videos a month. And let's get right into it. Guys, going into this season, offseason, they're going to have $100 million committed in salary. And the salary cap is 125. The reason for that is Zach LaVine's heading into free agency. Derek Jones, Matt Thomas, Alfonso McKinney, Tristan Thomas, Alize Johnson, and Devon Dotson are all guys that are on the books for them that they have this year that will be going in to free agency. And with that being said, they do have a few qualifying offers and a player option. Tony Bradley is a player option that I expect him to accept. And the qualifying offers for Tyler Cook, Malcolm Hill, and Troy Brown. I wonder if they'll bring back Troy Brown. But either way, this new front office of the Chicago Bulls took a path that often punishes teams if they fail. But I think they surprised the league, and I think it worked out. And it worked out well because they followed the trade for Nikola Vucevic by signing and trading for Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, and they hit it well with Ayo Dosunmu in the second round. That guy was so ready. And the Bulls were in first place in the Eastern Conference for about a third of the season before injuries and their defense just regressed so bad that they fell to the 6th seed. And they'll look to build this offseason to become even better, to become a top 4 team in the East. And they'll have some flexibility and to make improvements. First off, and the primary objective is to re-sign Zach LaVine, the 8-year vet. This guy, he outperformed his contract, and he'll be eligible for the max. His maximum contract is allegedly 5 years, $212.3 million. And he's the number 1 ranked free agent right now. And if he signs in trade, he'll only get $157.4 million over 4 years. So obviously, it looks like he'll stay in Chicago. And the Bulls paid a premium to acquire Nikola Vucevic with 2.5 years left on his deal. So they like to extend him because he is eligible this offseason for an extension for 4 years, $118.2 million, which would keep him under contract till the end of the 2027 season, which is 2026 to 2027. So I think he'll do that, and he'll be worth the value. And then Kobe White is also able to get a rookie scale extension. I wonder if they'll do that. But besides that, resigning Ayo Dosunmu would be important, and utilizing the mid-level exception would be another thing. But let's go look at it. And the Bulls are entering the offseason with $47 million in, below the luxury tax with 11 players. And they have the 18th overall pick, which I think if they can get rid of Tony Bradley, try to get Mark Williams with that 18th overall pick. And with LaVine probably getting $36.6 million, they'll put them on $136.6, which will leave them about $9.2 million in luxury tax, with the free agents of Derek Jones Jr., Troy Brown Jr., and Tristan Thompson being the top free agents they have out of the ones that I listed earlier. And the thing is, it's unclear if the Bulls will prioritize re-signing them. And because they'll have a $10.3 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception, they could, try to go, because Danilo Gallinari is going to be traded and cut by somebody. So Danilo Gallinari, Robert Covington, Thaddeus Young are all guys that they could look at. And I think those are guys they could, theoretically get. And I think the thing is that re-sign Vooch because he's worth it. They should definitely go out there and re-sign Vooch. I think, and look, I think this is definitely a team that Kobe White, do you re-sign him? Maybe. And Alex Caruso, you've got him for a few years. Sorry, my girlfriend just texted me. But I don't expect Tony Bradley to decline his, his option, because that's probably more money he'll get in the real world. And Marko Simonovic probably will get waived because he's not, his salary, I know it's guaranteed next year, but it's not guaranteed the following year, and it's pretty cheap. Maybe they trade him. I think right now they need defense. A guy like Tony Snell, Robert Covington, Thad Young were all perfect examples of guys they would need. They just need some better front court and wing defenders. I think at the guard position, they're good. Maybe another guy, Chris Dunn, the return of Chris Dunn. He had a really great end of the year with the Portland Trailblazers. And I think it's something interesting. Girlfriend's texting me, and that's something you gotta respond to. But the thing is that I think this is a team, it's the defense that hurt them, and rebounding. And I think if they can get a guy There's going to be a few defenders, okay, in this year's free agency if we go and look. Over here, Victor Oladipo is another guy they should look into. Victor Oladipo, they could get cheap, and I would really like him. Lou Dort's another guy that they should look into. Maybe if they could get Mo Bamba. Ricky Rubio, Tyus Jones, all of these guys are options. Even Nick Claxton, PJ Tucker, okay, Gary Payton II, all of those guys. Jayshawn Tate. Chris Boucher would even be a good one. Okay, Bruce Brown Jr. would be another great, phenomenal. Dante DiVincenzo, he does bulk of his damage on offense as a shooter, but he's an energetic backcourt player who likes to get after on defense. He averaged 1.5 steals this year. So, he's coming off an injury. Bring back Otto Porter maybe. John Wall, he's connected to the Wizards. Everyone's saying if he gets bought out, he's going to take the mid-level to the Wiz. Nicholas Batum would be another one. I'm telling you, they just need wing defenders, a backup center, and a guy like Gary Payton II, Ricky Rubio, Dante DiVincenzo, Victor Oladipo would be. And for the front court, I would take a PJ Tucker, Robert Covington, a Thaddeus Young would all be great options. What are your thoughts?